I'm going to start this lure off with a Titan buff color. It's more like a tannish bone color. The color is close enough to white, so this will be our base color. I taped off the Whopper Plopper spinner so it'll stay clear. For some quick detail work, I'm going to use Opaque Red. I made a stencil out of cardstock and painter's tape. I then cut out a very small sliver, which will act as an accent for the gill plate. This isn't exactly good airbrush technique, but I was trying to regulate the amount of paint that I was actually putting in there so it didn't run. I then spray air to try to dry the paint. For a design across the back, I use a random mesh. For that back design, I used burnt sienna. My goal is to coat the back and kind of fade it down to the shoulders. I'm careful not to overspray the paint so it doesn't get underneath the mesh and make a mess. Before I remove the mesh, I run a hairdryer over the paint. With burnt sienna still in the brush, I go over the eyes and the head of the lure. It's time to superglue and attach the eyes. I chose a red eye for this color scheme. It seemed to go well with the red on the gill plate. Next, we'll measure and mix the epoxy. I'll mix it for about 5 minutes. I make sure that the coat is as even as possible all over the lure. It's always good to inspect the lure as it's spinning. You may find areas that don't have epoxy and you may need to apply it. The lure will spin for about 3 hours. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.